why I think the new shape A-Class reflects superb value for money, and why you need to consider one in around 5 minutes or less. Let's go.
The winner is Cartwright!
Right, Mercedes A180. I'm a really big fan of this vehicle, and I think they've absolutely smashed it compared to the previous generation of the A-Class. On the note of the previous generation A-Class, I was a bit disappointed when I drove one. Not because they don't drive well, they do drive well, but they just felt like the runt of the litter. They didn't fit the rest of the Mercedes brand, which is that premium elegance, build quality. It felt very cheap and tacky inside. It didn't really correlate or meet with the rest of the brand's ethics and values of what they're trying to achieve. But this A-Class doesn't feel out of place. It feels luxury, it's well built, and it's brilliantly well made in truth, and the design I just want to touch on now is incredible. Mercedes are at the absolute peak and the top of their game. They set the standard and precedence for design, certainly when it comes to interior and features as well. I don't think there's many sort of luxury brands out there that are doing it quite as good as Mercedes are currently. On the note of the exterior, I do like the design and the styling. Cosmos Black, big fan of the paint colour with those 17-inch alloy wheels and LED headlights. A very pretty, attractive looking car. However, the interior is where this car certainly excels and gets really tasty and exciting. The first thing to note, I'm actually not going to say anything, I just want you to have a look and just enjoy how good this interior looks. It's such a beautifully well made car. Everything to touch and the fit and finish actually superb as well. Again, just really emphasising the fact it isn't the runt of litter. It is a proper premium luxury car, this A-Class, which just sets it apart from anything else in the market, really, in truth. This carbon fascia we've got on the door cards and right through the dash that sweeps right through is so sporty and elegant, and I love the split tier with those two 7-inch screens that just run right through the centre of my driver's cockpit there. You've got the driver's cockpit there for the virtual cockpit, really big fan of that. I've got navigation, lots of other features I can flick between on the screens. The infotainment system, the other 7-inch screen right through the middle, is brilliant, really bright, very clear. I'm a really big fan. Everything to use, actually, the functionality is brilliant. I've got this beautiful mouse pad just below that makes it really easy for me to scroll through and click and etc. with a nice control panel just below that I can tweak my aircon and all that sort of stuff. So there isn't one of these big screens that's very difficult for me to use. In terms of spec for the vehicle, really well spec'd. I've got virtual cockpit, as I mentioned, the actual infotainment system itself, navigation, DAB, Bluetooth, etc. Everything you'd expect. Wireless charging as well, which is a really big feature for this vehicle. In terms of the drive, the vehicle drives superbly well. We'll touch on that. But driver assistance features, I've got cruise control to hand, active brake assist, collision assist, etc. So really well taken care for, and lane assist on that note as well. The vehicle itself to drive is pretty pokey in truth. I'm just going to throw it into sport mode now, and it tightens everything up. The steering's a bit more direct, a lot more power delivery, and it's actually pretty good fun on a B road in truth. It's very light and dynamic through the corners. The engine though, where I think it really excels, is if you do put it back into that eco mode, you can produce 67.3 mpg combined. That is phenomenal for a little car like this. It just serves such a good purpose across all dynamic driving modes. Like I said, in that sports mode, it's pretty responsive. It's only 114 brake horsepower, so you're not going to be racing anything off the lights, but it's no slouch through the B roads, and it's good fun there as well. But certainly around town in eco, it's very light and fluid and very easy to use in truth. The vehicle itself has had 2 owners from new, only done 36,000 miles, and it's had 4 service stamps. So on that note, a really well maintained car. Excellent condition inside and out. I should mention the previous owner's taken great care of it throughout, but the one thing I'm sort of surprised with is this gloss black fascia right through the middle of the piano black here. Normally they scratch really easily, but the previous owner either wasn't married with no rings or just took really good care for it, because it doesn't look abused or weathered inside, which I find that piano black can just age pretty quickly, unfortunately. On that note, I'm a really big fan of this vehicle. I highly suggest you consider one because it offers you superb value for money. On that note, you can finance this car from just under £272 a month. That's on a PCP with a 10% deposit over 48 months, doing 8,000 miles a year. That's also at 12.9% APR. If you score for 9.9, that will obviously bring it down. So that's not the cheapest it could be, and we've been quite sensible with 8,000 miles a year. So what I think it does offer you is really good value for money to get something this prestigious and luxurious for well under 300 quid a month. I think your quid's in. I think that's value for money. I certainly suggest you give it a test drive if you are after one, because you'll be really, really surprised. Hope you enjoyed. So that's a wrap up for this A-Class. Like I said, I'm really impressed with this vehicle. It drives superb, great spec, great service history, excellent condition. What this car offers you is superb value for money. It's a lot of car, a lot of badge, a lot of brand for not a lot of money. Really impressed. It's obviously available. Speak to Jack or Craig in sales. They can help you with any questions or queries in relation to the car. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching.